What happened that night? Your final night. Double, treble exposure over everything. Late afternoon, Friday, my last sight of you alive. Burning your letter to me in the ashtray with that strange smile. Had I bungled your plan? Had it surprised me sooner than you purposed? Had I rushed it back to you too promptly? 1 hour later, you would have been gone or I could not have traced you. I would have turned from your locked red door that nobody would open, still holding your letter, a thunderbolt that could not earth itself. That would have been electric shock treatment for me. Repeated over and over all weekend as often as I read it or thought of it. That would have remade my brains and my life. The treatment that you planned needed some time. I cannot imagine how I could have got through that weekend. I cannot imagine. Had you plotted it all? Your note reached me too soon, that same day, Friday afternoon, posted in the morning. The prevalent devils expedited it. That was one more straw of ill luck drawn against you by the post office and added to your load. I moved fast through the snow-blue February London twilight. Wept with relief when you opened the door, a huddle of riddles in solution. Precocious tears that failed to interpret to me, failed to divulge their real import. But what did you say over the smoking shards of that letter, so carefully annihilated, so calmly, that let me release you and leave you to blow its ashes off your plan? Off the ashtray against which you would lean for me to read the doctor's phone number. My escape had become such a hunted thing, sleepless, hopeless, all its dreams exhausted, only wanting to be recaptured, only wanting to drop out of its vacuum. 2 days of dangling nothing. 2 days, Gratty. 2 days in no calendar, but stolen from no world, beyond actuality, feeling, or name. My love life grabbed it. My numbed love life with its 2 mad needles embroidering their rows, piercing and tugging at their tapestry, their bloody tattoos somewhere behind my navel, treading that morass of emblazon, 2 mad needles crisscrossing their stitches, selecting them on my nerves from their colours, refashioning me inside my own skin, each refashioning the other with their self-caricatures. They're obsessed in and out, 2 women, each with her needle. That night, my Della Robbia Susan, I moved with the circumspection of a flame in a fuse. My whole fury was an abandoned effort to blow up the old globe where shadows bent over my telltale track of ashes. I raced from and from, face backwards, a film reversed. Towards what? We went to Rugby Street where you and I began. Why did we go there? Of all places, why did we go there? Perversity in the artistry of our fate adjusted its refinements for you, for me, and for Susan. Solitaire, played by the Minotaur of that maze, even included Helen in the ground floor flat. You had noted her, a girl for a story. You never met her. Few ever met her, except across the ears and raving mask of her Alsatian. You had not even glimpsed her. You had only recoiled when her demented animal crashed its weight against her door as we slipped through the hallway and heard it choking on infinite German hatred. That Sunday night she eased her door open its few permitted inches. Susan greeted the black eyes, the unhappy, overweight, lovely face that peeped out across the little chain. The door closed. We heard her consoling her jailer. Inside her cell, its kennel, where, days later, she gassed her ferocious Coupeau and herself. Susan and I spent that night in our wedding bed. I had not seen it since we lay there on our wedding day. I did not take her back to my own bed. It had occurred to me, your weekend over, you might appear. A surprise visitation. Did you appear to tap at my dark window? So I stayed with Susan, hiding from you in our own wedding bed. The same from which, within 3 years, she would be taken to die in that same hospital where, within 12 hours, I would find you dead. Monday morning I drove her to work in the city, then parked my van north of Euston Road and returned to where my telephone waited. What happened that night inside your hours is an unknown as if it had never happened. What accumulation of your whole life, like effort unconscious, like birth pushing through the membrane of each slow second into the next, happened only as if it could not happen, as if it was not happening. How often did the phone ring there in my empty room, you hearing the ring in your receiver at both ends, the fading memory of a telephone ringing, in a brain as if already dead. I count how often you walked to the phone booth at the bottom of St. George's Terrace. You were there whenever I look, just turning out of Fitzroy Road, crossing over between the heaped-up banks of dirty sugar. In your long black coat with your plait curled up at the back of your hair, you walk, unable to move or wake, and are already nobody walking by the railings of the Primrose Hill, towards the phone booth that can never be reached. Before midnight, after midnight, again, and near dawn, again. At what position of the hands of my watch face did your last attempt, already deeply past my being able to hear it, shake the pillow of that empty bed? A last time lightly touch at my books and my papers? By the time I got there, my phone was asleep, the pillow innocent, my room slept, already filmed with the snow-lit morning light. I lit my fire. I had got out my papers, and I had started to write when the telephone jerked awake in a jabbering alarm, remembering everything. It recovered in my hand. Then a voice, like a selected weapon or a measured injection, coolly delivered its 4 words deep into my ear. Your wife is dead.